Healthy eating is big business. True Food Kitchen doubled revenue in the last 2 years. After dining at the health-conscious restaurant chain, Oprah Winfrey decided to become an investor, and she now sits on the board of directors. We caught up with the CEO about the high-profile investor and their plans for future growth.
Like many of us, myself included, she found us as a guest, and she dined with us in our Palo Alto location. She was introduced by her trainer and business associate, Bob Green, and she dined with us, fell in love with us, and called me and invited me to lunch at her home.
And how long before that led to an actual investment?
It took a couple of months as we worked through all the terms of the investment and the role that she wanted to play in the company.
Talk a little bit about how Oprah Winfrey will play in that expansion plan.
I think that her expertise in building a brand is something I'm very much looking forward to. She's joined our board of directors, and so will be meeting with us and consulting with us on our strategy and helping us really think through more ways to grow and expand the business.
And she made a significant equity investment. What does that mean for the brand at large?
Yeah, for us, so we have been growing rapidly. We have doubled in size in the last 2 years and have big plans to continue our rollout and bring this great food to more people.
Yeah, 23 locations right now, yes?
23 locations, and we hope to double that by 2021.
Now, of course, if you look at the bigger backdrop here, U.S. and China engaged in a lot of threats to impose tariffs on each other's imports. I wonder if there's been any kind of impact that you've seen on your costs, on your profits from higher agriculture prices, the glut of meat that's out there, for instance, things that second-order, third-order effects of all this trade war talk.
Yeah, so as we look at our business, I think there's a couple of things. So one, almost all of our food is sourced domestically and locally where possible. So from an impact, that's not as large. But where we are starting to see some impacts is we're building a lot of restaurants. And so we're looking at build costs. And I think there's a number of impacts right now. So I think not only some of the more global issues, but also just that as the economy is picking up, that we are seeing greater demand for building new items and new restaurants.
What's the biggest barrier to entry for True Kitchen as you embark on this expansion?
Sourcing the organic produce that we use in our dishes, sourcing unique ingredients. Every time we go into a market, the suppliers that we work with have to carry ingredients they maybe have never heard of before. And so I think the barrier to entry really is actually how hard it is.
What's your sweet spot? Is it a downtown location? Is it a suburban location? Talk about the mix there.
I think one of the things we've found that's actually surprised us as we've grown is that healthy eating is everywhere now. And so True Food works as well in a suburban location as it does in a downtown urban location. I think the difference that we do see is in our more urban locations, we have a lot more takeout and delivery. And so I think that whole piece of I want to eat what I want, where I want, that we absolutely see that in our downtown locations.